So I want to start this video off by sharing this onion and garlic bed that we planted up in October, November, I believe. So we planted everything in here with garlic bulbs and onion sets. I believe that's what it's called. And in December, we got a really bad frost. It got down to -4. I mentioned this in our other update video. -4, I cannot believe it. But what happened was we did not cover this area with frost cloth, which resulted in everything pretty much browning. And we actually thought we lost, everything. And I was really upset, but we just left it alone and I added more fertilizer. And then here we are. So we did not lose everything and it looks pretty good. Everything is really tall. Some of these are like I don't know, almost taller than me, even though it's in a raised bed. We did lose some. So in this section in the front, never recovered. So we actually transplanted some onion starts in this section right here. And they look really good. I think pretty much all of them transplanted really well. And we did get a lot of rains and stuff, but despite that, it still looks pretty good. So I am excited about this area. Some volunteer carrot seeds growing in between the onions, between the onions and garlic, which is pretty cool. I don't know how they got in there. Maybe from some old soil or something, maybe reusing the soil. But I don't know, it's a happy accident. So before we move on to the harvest, I want to share with you some good news. We finally stained these raised beds and we filled them up with soil. It was a lot of hard work. We did it this week and we wanted to film it, but we decided not to because we pretty much squeezed this in to our really busy week. And I'm really excited to see them all filled up. Seeing them empty for months has been like driving me crazy. So I'm so happy that they're all filled with soil. We still need to add some fertilizer and a bag of potting mix to each one. And I also want to add in some worm castings. And after that, they will be ready to plant up. So if you guys are not subscribed, make sure you do so you do not miss when that video comes out. And before we get to the harvest, I want to show you that we did fill up these 3 raised beds, and these are directly behind this fence. Last year we ran out of room. We ran out of growing space, so we wanted to add more raised beds. And I really like these 3. They are the slate gray metal raised beds from Birdie's, and we purchased these from epicgardening.com. It will be our first time growing in them, and I am really anxious to start putting my plants in. But let's get back to the harvest. Grab my harvest baskets, and we are going to head over to this bed behind me and harvest some spinach. Now I'm at the bed I'm going to be harvesting from, and all of these were planted in that square foot gardening video. And if you missed it, I will link it somewhere up here. And in that video, we're just sharing with you guys how we plant up and design a raised bed. Really easy, but the spinach is ready to harvest, so that is what I am about to do right now. And the way I'm harvesting the spinach is that I'm just tearing off the outer leaves, and I'm going to leave the plants in here to see if I can get another harvest. But I do need this bed because soon my tomatoes and peppers will be transplanting, and I prefer to use this bed and the one the onions and garlic are in because these beds are 2 feet, and I know that the tomatoes require more depth compared to other vegetables to grow properly. So again, we will see what we end up doing with that. But yeah, I'm gonna just go through and pick out the outer leaves of the spinach. And I think the spinach is the only thing I'm going to harvest today. Actually, I might grab some of that red lettuce. Looks really good. And some of the Grand Rapids leaf lettuce. I'll probably grab some of that also. But again, I'm just pulling some leaves off, and I don't think I'm going to harvest all of the spinach. I think I'm just going to grab what I need, and if I need more, I'll just come back out and get some. These carrots are doing really well also. Oh my gosh, they look so good. And I did thin these out, but probably not enough. And these are the cosmic purple carrots. They taste so delicious. I'm going to grab a few more of the leaves, and I'm trying to grab the biggest leaves I see. So as I mentioned before, this is my cool season bed that we sowed pretty much in the winter, and I need to transition it to summer. So like I said, the tomatoes and the peppers, and I will probably put in some petunias on the outer edge along with some marigolds. And it's funny because I always see people talk about the benefits of marigolds, how they're like a pest deterrent type of plant that you would plant between your vegetables. But I never hear anyone talk about petunias because they pretty much do the same thing. And I actually prefer petunias because they look prettier. I don't know. And they come in more colors. I only see the marigolds I've seen white, yellow, red, and orange, but that's it. At least with the petunias, you can get the purples, the pinks, the different type of variations and stuff. So just a tip for you guys, if you want a different type of flowering pest deterrent, petunias works also. I'm going to make spinach dip. That is my plan. And Rodney does not like spinach dip, but I'm going to see if he will like mine because I've never made it before. And I do see some yellowing leaves down here. I think it's because of all the rain we got. It's actually rained this morning. It's been raining quite a lot. So I will definitely be harvesting that other spinach in a few days just to prevent that from happening to those. I am moving on to the red leaf lettuce. And I really love growing this, and it looks like this one actually has aphids on it. Let me see this one. And my leaf lettuce has aphids on it. So what I'm going to do, does that have aphids on it too? Yeah, so they have aphids on it. Oh, so sad. So I'm just gonna, I don't even know. Let me see. I don't know if I want to rip them out or remedy them. I think I'm going to rip them out because I'm scared it's going to spread all over the rest of the things I have growing in this bed. So let me get those out, and then I think we will move on to that other big bed so we can harvest some other lettuce. That sad moment when you go to harvest something you love and there is a pest on it attacking it. Oh, the joys of gardening. The highs and the lows. Yuck. Alright, I think I need some gloves. Let me get some gloves for this, and we will get these out. And we will move on because not everything is successful in the garden, and it is going to be okay. Lettuce out. I want to share with you what we planted in here right after the radishes came out. So we ended up just sowing in some carrots pretty thickly this time. I think what I'm going to do is, as they come up, I'm going to harvest the small ones, and I'll leave some in to get bigger. I've seen someone do that method, and I wanted to give it a try. So that's what I'm going to do here. And you can actually see some of the carrot seeds coming up. And if you watched our Embracing the Beauty of Gardening in the Rain video, this is the carrots that we sown right here. They're coming up pretty quickly, and I think it's because of all the sun and the rain we've been getting. So it's been super bright days and then lots of rain. And I apologize for the ambulances in the background, We have a highway kind of right behind our house, and it's really loud during the day. Yeah. So let's move on to the other bed where we have some surprise lettuce to harvest. So here lives my volunteer lettuces. I did not plant anything in this bed, but everything, I think, seeds that I had from last fall and last summer, you know, just leftover seeds are popping up. But we have bonus plants, and we're going to harvest our bonus plants. Starting with this lettuce, and since I do need this bed, this cut flower bed, soon, I am just going to be cutting the lettuces right off at the base. I'm not too worried about doing the cut and come again method since I need to plant into this bed this month. So I'm just going to do it like that with the knife, and we are knock some of this dirt off. Of course, we'll clean it once we get them into the house. Add them with our spinach. And I'm just going to go through the rest and pick and harvest some of the lettuces. I'm also checking for bugs at the same time because that last bed had aphids, and I do not want to bring aphids into the house. But I'll give these a nice rinse before they do come into the kitchen. There's also a lot of weeds in this bed. Oh, we have so much work to do. Cut this one. My basket is pretty full, so that is all I'm going to harvest right now. And here is our tiny leafy green harvest. Again, we did spinach, and this is the Grand Rapids leaf lettuce. I love this leaf lettuce, and I am happy that I was able to get some volunteer plants without having to seed. So that is definitely a bonus for us. And this harvest is tiny, but if you want to see one of our bigger summer harvests, be sure to watch this video right here. And if you want to see us plant up this raised bed behind me, make sure you watch this video right here. Thank you so much. We'll see you there.